Hello everyone, this is Shyndaulet, Alan, Marlen and Assel. Today we discuss about the film The Good Place, and today we explore how 3K moral theories, deontology, utilitarianism and virtue ethics help us understand the actor characters and their moral dilemmas. We have chosen Eleanor Shellstrop for our analysis. She's a person who didn't follow moral standards in the life, but ends up in the good place by mistake. They raises questions about morality and personal growth. We'll also touch on Kant's ideas from his essay, What is Enlightenment? Having the courage to use your own reason. Our podcast is divided into 4 parts: deontology, utilitarianism, virtue ethics, and Kant philosophy. Let's begin with deontology. Deontology is developed by Immanuel Kant, is about moral duty. Actions are moral if they follow universal laws, regardless of their consequences. Early in the series, Eleanor acts against deontological principles. She lies and manipulates to hide her secret, harming others and breaking Kant's principle of honesty. But she changes. When she confesses her mistake to the group, it's a key moment. She does it not out of fear, but because it's the right thing to do, even it's risky. This shows her shifted toward respecting moral principles over personal gain, reflecting Kant's idea that true morality comes from following universal laws. Let's talk about utilitarianism.
At the beginning, I would say about what is the utilitarism. Utilitarism is the theory that created by the Jeremy Bentham and Stuart Mill. The main principle theme of the utilitarianism is to the desire to maximize the happiness of the greatest number of people. So at the start of the movie, the Eleanor's behavior of was very selfish. She was only thinking about herself, and even if her actions to lead the suffering for other examples. For example, her secret causes chaos in the good place. The landscape collapses and the giant shrimp appear and everyone gets sick. But later, at the middle of the movie, her views begin to change. In one of the episodes, she realizes that her lies are hurting not only her and hurts the people around her, and he decides to confess. Her confession becomes the point from which the group begins to work together. This increases overall happiness because everyone begins to solve their problem honestly.
Thank you. Now let's talk about virtue ethics, which is about the development of personal characters. This story was proposed by Aristotle and focuses not on individual action, but on the kind of the person you became. Eleanor's at the beginning of the series is the opposite of virtue. She is selfish, rude, and indifferent to other people. For example, on flashback, she deliberately focused to help a woman whose grocery cart and broken because it's not her problem. However, as the story progresses, she is beginning to change. Her interesting with Chidi, who teach her philosophical and morality, help her developer qualities such as honesty, kindness, and responsibility. For example, in one episode, she volunteers to help her friends cope with difficult, even if it means sacrifice her own comfort. Virtual ethics implies that beginning virtuous is not in inequality, but a goal we strive for touch practice. Eleanor becomes an example of how personal growth is possible if you are willing to work on yourself.
And I want to say my thoughts about essay, Immanuel Kant's essay, What is Enlightenment? Essay focuses on overcoming self-imposed immaturity, which he defines as the inability to use reason without relying on others. He famously says, sapere aude, dare to know. Enlightenment for Kant means thinking independently and acting autonomously based on moral principles. In The Good Place, Eleanor starts in a state of immaturity. She lies about herself, her identity, and tries to avoid consequences, relying on deception instead of reason and honesty. Kant would view her actions as an example of someone failing to live autonomously. She's guided by fear and self-interest rather than universal moral laws. However, Kant also believes enlightenment is a process. Over the season, Eleanor begins to reflect on her actions and their effect on others. This self-reflection leads her to change. And she starts making decisions not for personal gain, but because they're morally right. For Kant, this shift towards autonomy and responsibility is case to enlightenment. Kant's categorical imperative, acting only according to principles you'd want to be universal laws, would clearly condemn Eleanor's lie. If everyone lied to maintain appearances, trust would collapse, even in the good place. But Kant also believed in the potential for moral growth. Eleanor's journey shows that even flawed individuals can move towards enlightenment by using reason and striving to act morally. Kant helps us to see Eleanor's transformation not just as personal growth, but as a reflection of humanity's broader pursuit of moral clarity and responsibility.
Thank you for discussion, guys. See you soon.